Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video and it's titled "She Wants the Child Support After Riding the CC with Dozens of Men." And you guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that she and I had that time together. And,
excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me.
Wow.
And the reason that I haven't provided
well, those are rumors.
I understand that. I understand that, but you haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other.
I support that.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You're right about that, and honestly,
so you are admitting that you're married?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't tell me you were married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell. So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point,
that's true.
We haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point.
Of course he does.
Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
Wow, you guys, I totally agree with what this man is saying, because we all know that so many women has been passing babies to innocent men. And this man right here, although he cheated on his wife, but he still has the right to know if that child is really his before he starts to commit. Because we've seen so many cases where men have been taking care of babies, and at the end of the day, they are dealt with this blow of knowing that that child wasn't originally theirs. And I love the stand that this man is taking, because it's coming from a very wise point of view. No one wants their heart to be shattered after believing that a child is yours, and all of a sudden you now discover that that child doesn't belong to you. It's totally different if you decide to adopt a child and take care of that child as yours. But when a woman deceives you and pass on another person's child to you, I don't think most men can heal from that kind of hurt. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. Are you in agreement with what this man is saying? Because for me, I'm 100% behind his point of view. And you guys, let's continue watching.
My wife knows.
Oh, yeah, she knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh. Wasn't expecting that much till this morning. Yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you are more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but if
definitely
he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary.
Determine who the father is.
Get DNA testing, and we actually find the father. And
That was
place
a
him on
direct
child
hit
support.
from
I
the
know who
judge.
it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky?
You're welcome.
If I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When it comes to one-year-old Dante Pierre, you are the father. Case of 2-year-old Miracle James, you are not. She begged him and tickled the father. In the case of 7-week-old Andrew Trevin, you are not.
This is a frighteningly common occurrence. Every day, new videos arise showing men who have been cuckolded and forced into child support payments for decades. Some of them going to prison over not paying child support for children that are not theirs. Laws are skewed in favor of women. Don't wait for the government to be fair. You protect yourself. Never, ever in a million years sign any birth certificate.
Wow, you guys, this is very, very touching. And I hope that at this point, I just pray that that paternity test bill should be passed, because I don't even know how these men are able to digest this devastating news. Getting to know that the kid that they've been caring for so long isn't theirs. I mean, this is going to be a very, very devastating blow on them. And I can tell that most of them do not heal from that hurt, and they are going to definitely carry it to their graves. Let me know what you guys think about this so far. And I love what the man said to the young lady, that if the child is his, he's going to stand by his obligation. I really love that. That shows that he truly knows what he's doing, and knowing what is going on in the society today, he doesn't want to fall a victim. And let me know what you guys think about this, and let's continue watching.
Until the DNA results come back, proving that the child is yours. Protect yourself, and keep in mind that you are potentially also protecting the child against living in a family with someone they think is their father, and then 10 years down the road, watching that family destroyed when they find out it is not their father. I keep hearing men say that the modern woman has zero accountability.
I'm telling you.
That is true.
They
They
forget.
are lacking something else that men aren't aware of. Maybe it's because it's been so long since women had dignity, but women have no shame either. I've watched videos of women showing zero remorse to a husband who has raised illegitimate children, trying to put the blame on the man. No shame whatsoever. Simple combativeness is all they feel compelled to offer. Trust cannot be easily given these days. A few bad apples spoil the whole bunch.
Exactly.
Because it has become an epidemic of women having their husbands raise other men's offspring, it is now necessary for every single man to do his due diligence and make sure that his blood is running through that child's
Exactly.
veins before you become responsible for him or her forever. Also, there will be no consequences for a woman who lies in this situation. Paternity fraud is a serious crime that can be both emotionally and financially devastating to the men it is perpetrated against. Men can invest years of their lives and hundreds of thousands of dollars into a child or children before learning that they are not actually their child. In some states, men can be forced to continue paying child support for the full 18 years, even after it is proven the child is not theirs.
Wow, this is not fair.
Despite
on
the
men.
devastation caused by paternity fraud, it is never punished because it's a crime committed by women against men. Our legal system treats women incredibly leniently, despite the dishonest claims that some feminists make to the contrary. Compared to men who commit the same crime with a similar criminal history, women are less likely than men to be charged in the first place, more likely to have charges dropped, more likely to get bail while awaiting trial, less likely to be convicted, less likely to be sentenced to jail, are given shorter sentences. Men's sentences are 63% or 23 months longer on average, and women serve a smaller percentage of their sentence before being paroled than men do. One UK analysis found that if men were treated as leniently as women are by the criminal justice system, there would be approximately 84% fewer men in prison at any point in time. This is especially true of female-specific crimes committed against men, which are rarely punished at all. For example, paternity fraud, as discussed here, is not even technically a crime. There is no downside for a woman committing paternity fraud. She will not face punishment under any circumstances. Women...
Wow, you guys, talk about the world being unfair to men. This is a typical example of it. How can a woman commit paternity fraud and doesn't get punished for it, but when a man fails to provide for a child, he can go to jail for child support negligence? And the world is truly not fair to men. And I still stand firmly that paternity test bill should be passed so that men can be safe from all of this paternity fraud, and even the emotional traumas that comes with it is even more devastating than just hearing that news for the first time that the child is not yours. Let me know what you guys think about this. I really feel so sorry for men anyways, and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
Women are not taken seriously by police. Many, probably a majority of police, will either not investigate a report of a female, or they will refuse to take a report in the first place, or they may instead investigate the male victim as if he's the perpetrator. The same thing is true for domestic violence. A male that's a victim of domestic violence who calls the police for help is more likely to be arrested himself, 33%, than to see his female abuser arrested, 25%. These outcomes are all the product of a social phenomenon that psychologists have named gamma bias. This cognitive filter affects the way that male and female crimes are viewed very differently. The harm from crimes committed by men is magnified or exaggerated, so to speak, while the harm from crimes committed by women is minimized and excused. But the harm from crimes committed against men is minimized and excused, while the harm from crimes committed against women is magnified or exaggerated. The harm from crimes committed by women against men is the most minimized and excused of all, which results in a criminal justice system that sees no need to punish women for bad behavior perpetrated against men. Legally, women are not considered as capable or even responsible as men. Women are held to different standards. This is why women get lesser sentences for the same crimes. Modern feminists don't complain about the law judging women as being less than men because it benefits themselves. Paternity fraud is legal. Why? Well, for the same reasons why you don't see women complaining about it. For the same reasons why you won't see feminists bitching about this. For the same reason why most of the crimes and acts of violence initiated by women do not add to any crime statistics or domestic violence statistics. For the same reason only men are drafted. For the same reason a man's life is referred to as expendable and disposable by society. Women adore having supremacy over men. It's always easier for them to lie to men and destroy their lives without facing any consequences at all. Whoever complains about this simply hinders their feminist ideologies. And now that is illegal. Saying something against feminism can lead you to jail. But destroying a man's life by lies is simply ethical, empowering and moral. Remember, you are only a sperm donor who deserves to be roped with child support, no matter what the circumstances are.
Mr. Brown, you are not the father. Mr. Brown, you need to sit down. You need to
do that to somebody. 18 months. It's a long time.
My conclusion is that the birth certificate legalese should state that if the mother is not 100% certain who the father is, she should leave the father's name blank and arrange for a paternity test for possible candidates. If she names someone without 100% certainty, she could be charged with perjury. If it is found later that she did, in fact, name someone who was not the father, she could be charged with perjury and then have to explain how she could possibly have made a mistake, given the fact that she was told to name no one if she was not certain of paternity. Anyway, that's all for today.
Wow, you guys, that was such a very, very touching story. And one thing I have to add here is not even the relief of knowing that that child is not yours. It's a hurt that comes with knowing that that child is not yours after you have spent so many years investing in that child, both emotionally, both financially, both physically. It really hurts to know that that child that you love so much is not yours anyways. And I don't know how these men take the news, because I feel so sorry for them. I don't wish this on anyone I know. Have you had any close encounter with someone that was involved with paternity fraud, both the man and the woman? And what was the outcome of it? How did the man in particular heal? How was he able to carry on with life? Leave this in the comment section down below, because I haven't seen anything like this, and I really want to know how they were able to carry on living their life. Like, oh my god, I can't imagine it. And let me know what you guys think about this video so far. I had fun reacting to this particular video. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.